This is the step-by-step walkthrough to recreate my options trading TWS setup in Interactive Brokers. First thing, new window. We want to get an options chain going. We're going to put that right over here, this little jimmy, squeeze that open a little bit further, give us a little nice spread there for the calls and puts. We also want to get new window and go into order entry. Throw that in the top left as well. We want to have this half the screen, about 4 blocks deep. We're going to put this up one more. Then we want to generate our activity bar down here. We want to go just in here. Order management, let's go orders, click that on. We're gonna put this down in the bottom corner, drop this down. And right now you'll notice that we only have the orders tab on right there. Click this little plus button for trades, click it one more time for summary. So when you put orders in, let's just throw a call option in right now, just buy one, just to show you what's going on. We'll go market order. It's after hours. It's going to submit down here in the orders area. Once it goes live, it's going to go trade, and then you'll have a summary for the day of your trading. And you can toggle summary on and off depending on what you want to do, but trades and orders you want to have in there for sure to have an area for all your trading activity for the day. Then we want to make sure we have our portfolio over here in the top right. I like to put this in here. You can see there are some trades in there already. I generally like to have this down about as far as my portfolio is going to go. If it's just so many positions, I won't go this deep though. I'll go right about to here. And then I can just scroll up and down with my mouse to see my whole cash positions or anything else that I may want to have down here. And the last piece for this missing gap over here on the right-hand side is going to be the chart. I want to put the chart on. We're going to move this down one. Once I have this set up the way I like to, I want to have this locked in and have these kind of changes locked in with this little icon up here. We're going to lock all that in. So now this is locked and loaded, ready to go. This is how I like to see my options trading when I'm going in and doing my trades. In terms of why these 5 pieces are so critical for my trading, the first one being the order entry area. This one you have to be able to make trades and do it in an efficient way. That is why this is up here. And you can go through and change the limit order, the market order, the different kind of order types, the price, the day, good to cancel, what kind of trading you want to do. And the advanced tab there gets you into your profit taking and stop loss area very quickly when you're making your trades. That's the key area right there. With the options chain, I only have a couple modifications I like to put on. I like to put on the delta, the theta, and the volume and open interest in here as well. So I go on this gear icon right there, settings. I will go down to the layout right there, and I'll make sure that I just have the delta, the theta, the volume, open interest, all those things added on there. If you can't find them, you don't have them in there, they're in these available columns area right here on the right-hand side. To put them in, you can simply search for them. Volume, for example, and you can put volume in. If you want to have delta or theta, you can put delta, anything that you have in already. It's not going to show up here. So if I take delta out, let's say, now I can see delta on this side. I can just throw it back in there and toss it in. And I do this so that when I see my trades in this options chain, I'm looking at the open interest and the volume to see how much action is going on in the stock, the bid size, the bid ask, to see where the price is at. And then the delta tells me my kind of instantaneous odds of winning the trade. And theta is the amount of time decay going on every single day. It's going to tick by. You've got your strikes down the middle. I like to have mine filter from smallest at the top to largest at the bottom. You can click that to flip it around though, if you want to do so. And then if you don't have all these different expiration dates here, it's likely that you don't have this setting on or the more setting. You can have weeklies and quarterlies toggled on and off. That's going to give you just the monthly expirations there. If you want to go down and put the weeklies, quarterlies on, you get more expiration dates there. And you're also able to not only change these expiration dates, but change the frequency of the strikes that are going to be shown in here by using the all strikes, or you can use different 8, 4. You can see different kind of areas will change if you click on different variations of the strikes that are available to you. I like to do all just to have a constantly full option chain. I can scroll up and down and see exactly what I want to see. All the available strikes are there to me. So I can have my pick of the litter basically when I'm trading options inside the chart here, going by my expiration dates. For the activity area, you want to have orders and trades for sure. Summary is going to be up to you. I really don't use it, just kind of there for me, but I have it on this example. For the trades, you want to have these kind of areas toggled on. Trade, financial instrument, action, quantity, price. What do we got there? Combination, if it's a combo trade, commission that you're going to pay to the Interactive Brokers, and the realized P&L is a big one. To change these up or select them on or off, you can just click the gear icon, settings, and you can click and put different ones on you want to. Security type, last trading day. You can put all these different ones on and apply, and you're going to have more things coming up on the top setting. Again, I only have the ones that you see on there. Those are the ones that I use, and I just keep it very simple with that. For my portfolio, which you definitely want to have on here, I recommend the delta and theta here, and the last column, days till expiration. Delta tells you basically if you're going to win or lose the trade instantaneously at a certain point in time, how likely you're going to be assigned, how likely you are to have to buy shares, sell shares, whatever that is. For example, this area right here with this put that I was fortunate enough to buy, it's telling me that I'm likely to win this trade. It's a 90% trade win right now. And this call option that I also bought is about a 90% win ratio right now. So those are good things to have on there in this example. The theta is telling me how much my options contract is going to change given any time of day. So this is like 6 cents a day, not a big deal. 2 cents, 43 cents, 42 cents, 25 cents. This still tells you the change then. And you can see how much that's going to affect your options contract price based on the average price there, which we'll get to in a second. You want to have days to see how many days you're going to have till expiration. And if you're getting down 10, 7, 5, 3 days, you know, if there's not a lot of time for this contract to move, so you have to make a decision potentially if you're going to close it early, take a loss, to lock in a profit. You can see the days till it's going to expire. That's a key column to have as well. Then I definitely want to have my average price. This is going to tell me what I got into the trade for. For example, this AMD position, I've got 400 shares. I didn't buy them all at the same time. So I have an average acquisition price of 96.55. So I know about this average price here. If I have 400 shares and I sell them all at 96.55, I will break even and not lose any money. If they're trading above that at 106.75, I can see, hey, in the last column, it's currently at 106.75. My average price is 96. That's about a $10 per share profit. So times 400, around $4,000 in profit on this position. That's why I have average price showing there to see how you got into the trade and what your carrying cost is for this trade, given the price of the stock currently. Unrealized P&L is a key column as well, just because it shows you the total overall position for your trade. For example, right here, this Disney trade, the daily P&L says on this Disney trade right here, I went up $326 today. I would think that's a good day. And overall, I may be thinking I'm up on the position, but I'm not, because today it's up 326. But overall, my position is down almost $9,000, 8,907. You can see the average price is 129. It's now trading at $84, which means that I bought it at 129. I bought it now. I can sell it for way less. So I'm down about $9,000 in this position in this example, 200 shares in my account. So unrealized P&L tells you the overall percentage profit here in this column. You can also toggle it if you want to right click it, and you can go down at the bottom and you can go ahead and go display both, or you can display the value itself, just the profit, the actual dollar amount. If we right click this again, click the little drop down, you can go display percentage at the bottom and see you're up 10%, 8, 17. You can filter by those to see which trades are up big and which ones are down big, right? You flip it to the red side. Now you know you're down big on these trades. You can also do both, which I like to do is see the percentage and the value. So I just click on both and I know I'm down a certain percentage and I'm down a certain cost here on these trades, while I'm up a certain percentage and up a certain cost on these trades. You're going to want to have position as well to see how many shares or how many contracts you have in this trading world. Underlying gives you the price of the stock underlying. If it's the SPY, it's going to show there. If it's the Tesla, it's going to show there. It's going to all populate during the day. When the market's active, you want to have the underlying on as well. And then the financial instrument is just what you're trading. If you're trading straight stocks, you're going to have something like Microsoft. If you're trading options, maybe a put here or a call. If you're trading any combination right there, a bull put or an iron condor in this case, it's going to show up there as well, give you the financial information that you decided to pick for your trading that day. And our good old chart here down at the bottom, we want to have a chart that we can pop out and configure a certain way. I'm a big daily candlestick guy. I like to see the candles. I find I get more data out of these kind of tails and wicks than I do with just showing a line graph, but you can change that as well if you want to. We can go a 1-year line. It's going to look something like that. I don't like this as much. Again, I like the candlesticks. I like the daily candles. I find it gives me much more information. I like to have my horizontal and vertical crosshairs on as well. And then you want to have the last price clicked on is here on the chart showing you where it's at currently when it closed there today. On the bottom, I'm going to have volume, and the volume is just the volume bar for that day. And if I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of indicators on here as well for my options trading, I'm going to go to studies and I'm going to go ahead and put on a moving average. I'm going to just go simple moving average. I'm going to put 2 of those on. One's going to be the 50-day. One's going to be the 200-day. That's fine right there. Boom. And I also want to put on a Bollinger Band. I like using Bollinger Bands because they contain standard deviation. Let's put those on. And if I'm also going to use something called RSI, Relative Strength Index, we can put that on there as well. And 9 is fine for that one at the bottom. It's giving me an idea if it's overbought or oversold, and a trend I can see at the bottom there, this line here. And one other thing to keep going with on this chart is the legend over here, upper, lower, EMA, SMA, SMA. You want to have those on there so you know what you're looking at for when you're trading on this chart. So as you may have guessed, we don't have a watch list shown here anywhere yet. We want to do that. It's our last piece of this puzzle. So we can actually go and trade new stocks when we want to. This plus button right here in our portfolio section, watch list. We're going to go new watch list. And we're going to have a couple instruments here. Apple's one. We're going to do Nike just to have a few populated in. And Tesla. You can just add them by typing them in. And I want to change some of these columns up here. I want to add a few more so I can go up here and go insert column if I hover over that. And I would definitely want to have dividends. Dividend yield percentage is one. I'm going to go insert column again. I'm going to go dividends, dividend date to show me when my ex-dividend date is. And you can click and drag these columns across, but I'm going to do this a little bit quicker now. I'm going to go to this gear icon, settings. And just when like you go and change settings in other parts of Interactive Brokers TWS, you can go in the columns area and you can add different things here. I want to add some volatility statistics. So we're going to go volatility, and I want to have closing actually. So closing implied volatility. I want to have some historical volatility. I want to have some average volume. Average volume. I want to have volume for the day, compare those two things. And I also want to have 52 IV rank, 52 IV percentile, and then 52-week HV rank, 52 HV percentile. And I want to just set these up in a certain way that makes sense to me. So dividends actually go at the very, very end. So I can scroll across and see the dividends if I want to do that, dividend percentage and the dividend date there. I want to have my stock, the price that it's currently at, the change. The volume and the average volume are key for me because I can see very quickly if the volume right here is exceeding the average volume, that there's a stock in play potentially to make a trade on. The HV close is just the volatility historically, showing me where it's currently at for the last calendar year roughly. And if this IV is above that, below that, tells me if there's high volatility or low volatility. This 52 IV and IVP and HV and HVP quickly tell me where the volatility is. Again, it's a different way of displaying this information over here for me to look at. And then again, I have my dividends at the very end for my trading there. So that's how I set up my watch list for options trading. I pick from my watch list, I go in my options chain, confer with my chart, do the technical analysis thing, put my trades in down here, find them in the order area at the end, and then I go in my portfolio at the very end. I see monitor my positions in here. That is my total options trading setup in 2023 for my trading with Interactive Brokers TWS. If your trading setup is somewhat similar or you use something different, I'd love to know what you use and why you use it. Leave a comment on this video. I will be sure to get back to you on it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.